with your discussion. So now we'll get into Dhamma. So I can anyway cut till here.
Okay.
Yes, Matt.
Do you want? Well, it's so something me and Ariya were talking about earlier. But okay, so say like if you develop samadhi, I guess that he was mentioning that the definition of it is like being in the jhana, like 1 through 4 of the jhanas. But we were curious to know if there would still be like defilements or sensual desire if you develop samadhi, or would they just instantly go away?
Okay, good. That was a very beautiful question you had. So think it's good to reflect upon, forget the Buddha Dhamma for time being. Let's only understand Samadhi. What's the meaning of the term Samadhi? Samadhi is from two words, Sama and Adi, becomes Samadhi. Sama means equal. That is what takes you to equanimity when you're not going this side and that side. Adi is to stay, to be in that. So when I say I'm in Samadhi, there are two kinds of Samadhi. One is a Michcha Samadhi, one is a Samma Samadhi. Now, what is Michcha Samadhi? If I'm, let's say, yesterday I was in the airport, and if I'm in the line, and if I am doing things what is required, then I'm in Samadhi. Without Samadhi, I can't do anything. So again, going back to the root of all things, which is Mulaka Sutta. First, I have an interest to go to the airport. So Chanda Mulaka Avuso Sabbe Dhamma. Manasikara Sambhava Sabbe Dharma, to the mind, to the mental formation, or by reflecting on the mental, you make things possible. So the I going to the airport was possible because I made that determination to be in the airport, right? That's the second one. Phassa mulaka avuso sabbe dhamma. So that is samudaya. How does it arise? So with contact. So with contact with what? With what? The eye with the sight, ear with sound, like that. So the phassa, contact has to happen. Then if the phassa has to happen, then samosarana, that is you go round things, doing things because of the vedan, the feeling. I get a feeling of I'm going to the airport. I get to see the airport. I get to do things at the airport. So that's basically it is. Then Sata Adipateya, that is the overlord, is the Sati, remembrance, knowing what I should be doing in the airport. Samadhi Pamuka Sabbe Dhamma. The foremost is the Samadhi. So without Samadhi, you can't do anything. So if you're attentive, it means you're in Samadhi, you drop the remaining things. So the literal meaning, or the etymological way of looking at Samadhi is to stay in a particular state. So if you're in a particular state, that doesn't mean that the defilements will be there or defilements will not be there. Even for the airport, I need to be having that thing. If I'm in immigration, I'm giving my passport, I can't be thinking about 100 different things, or a girl passes by and say, hey, hold on, I would like to see the girl. And that custom officer would say, hey, I think you've gone mad. I'm asking you, how long you're in Sri Lanka? I would say 6 days. How did you like Sri Lanka? Do you like Sri Lanka? I would say yes or no. I can't say, hey, hold on, let me finish seeing that girl. Even for seeing that girl, there should be Samadhi. Otherwise, I possibly cannot see the girl. Right? So there should be Sati, there should be Samadhi. Both should be there. Otherwise, it's not possible. So if you were to ask me the question, Matt, should the defilement go or not go? What should be the answer? At that moment, that defilement is there in a different way, which is called Michcha Samadhi. in the Samma Samadhi, you will not have the same defilement. So you might be in that total absorbed state, oneness, ekagata, for a minute or 2 or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depends on the amount of hindrances we have, the 5 hindrances, and the defilements which are there. Otherwise, you are always in samadhi. Either you are in Michcha Samadhi or in Samma Samadhi. Proper samadhi, improper samadhi. If I were to translate that into English, it's proper, improper. It's not right samadhi. That's a right is not the right word. It's should have been proper samadhi, reflective samadhi, meaning yoniso manasikara samadhi rather than the ayoniso manasikara samadhi. Right? So if we were to ask, to be in the airport, do you require samadhi? The answer is yes. Absolutely yes. I basically cannot be in the airport if I don't even know where I'm going. It's called as absent-mindedism. That means that person doesn't even know where he's supposed to go. And then he says, like my friend were to ask me, Vilas, it's time for the airport. Which airport? This has gone mad. Hey, today you're supposed to go to the airport. For what? To take the flight back home. Who is going home? Boss, you're going home. You booked your flight. Then that guy would say, I think he's got dementia. Why? Because there is no samadhi, there is no sati. Both are missing. Right? When the both come, when the sati and samadhi comes, then you are mindful of what you're doing. But that mindfulness, whatever we are doing in the world, does not give us the happiness. It gives us the anxiety. It's anxiety to go to the airport. It's anxiety to take the flight. It's anxiety to reach home. Because there is Michcha Samadhi, Michcha Sati, Michcha, what we can say, the feeling. And we have the, like that, everything is Michcha, including the interest. Chanda is Michcha. It's not a good one. It doesn't lead to the liberation, it leads to the bondage. But that interest has to be there even on Dhamma. What we are doing now is we are interested in Dhamma. So Chanda Mulaka Avuso Sabbe Dhamma. So without interest, nothing can happen. So if we want to have an experience of an object, subject-object experience, that is Dhamma. The word Dhamma means something which can be experienced. So there should be a subject, there should be an object. You just cannot experience subject, you cannot experience just an object. You require subject and object, Nama and Rupa. This coming together, once it comes together, it gives you that experience. So it gives me the airport experience. So from Anuradhapura to Colombo is an experience because there is Nama and Rupa everywhere. So then it becomes Dhamma. And there should be interest to experience it. Yes, Ariya.
Just question on the definition of Samma Samadhi, right? In the suttas, usually it's explained as the jhanas.
Correct.
But when Matt's saying he's in samadhi for the day, I suppose he does not necessarily mean jhana. So
Okay, now we come to that second question. Is it jhanic or non-jhanic? And what is jhana? This is the question what that lady in the morning, Anna, asked me. What is jhana? And I'm supposed to teach her from tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, which will be 2:30 for her. So if you guys also would like to join, and we're doing it from office, so but there's one problem is that I'll be doing it on WhatsApp. So I don't know, I can't record or do anything. So that's a limitation because the whole week I'll be in office. Anyway, coming back to this, so we can look at it how this works. So what is jhana? Jhana means 5 stages. Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, Ekagata. This is Jhāna. Okay. Now, you put a thought object, whatever you want. Can be breath, can be happiness, can be Dhamma, Dhamma as in the Buddha Dhamma, or some Gatha, or something object. That is Vitakka. Then you ponder over it for hours together. You need not be watching the breath. Breath watching is one method. But I can take any Dhamma, any of the teachings of the Buddha, I can take and I can observe. I can ponder the whole day. That's it, as an example. So that is Vichara. Then because I'm getting experience of it, so there is an experiencer and an experience. So the Vijnana gives you the experiencer effect and the experienced effect. Both it is only doing it, but the mind, which is having the 5 senses, takes that I am experience. Whatever that is, you feel joy. That you, whatever it is, feels joy. So the joy will start to come because you have understood. Okay, so that is joy. Piti. Then you get sukha because the body feeling is gone. The mind feeling is gone. What remains is just being aware, conscious. Okay, and if he's doing through breath, somebody is doing through dhatu, somebody is doing through something else, it doesn't matter. But that's what you would get in the end, and that is sukha. And you become one with everything. Ekagata. Not one pointed, it is oneness. You become one with that. There's no two, non-dual. There's nothing to say that I am this and I am that. They're not there. Both are extremes. If you are this, then it becomes that. If the that, then it becomes this. Letting go of this and that is what you would have as an ekagata. 2 poles. So, there's a particular statement in the Buddha. He says that this side and that side. Some people feel this side, some people feel that side. Otherwise will come. Viparinama dukkha is otherwiseness. Everything is having an otherwiseness in that. You want to be this, but otherwise will happen. So if you don't take care of your health, otherwise that is going to happen. Ittha bhava, anyatha bhava. Ittha bhava is thisness. Otherwiseness is anyatha bhava. It becomes anyatha. It doesn't remain like that. So to answer to your question, Ariya, where to do can be one of the Dhamma object, but if he is continuously pondering on that, he is in Jhāna, because Jhāna means 5. These 5 things are Jhāna. Now where it is defined, it's in Jhāna Vibhanga. It has a definition itself. Yes, Ariya.
Sorry again, I'm asking on behalf of Matt.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
I suppose he has taken the meditation object. That's what he meant by in Samadhi. Okay, so my understanding, so his original question is, why am I in Samadhi, but I still have these sensual desires?
No, like I started with that. You will be in Samadhi irrespective whether you have sensual desire, no sensual desire, or whatever. The only definition is it can be Michcha Samadhi or Samma Samadhi. There can be only 2. But there is no person or no thing that is from ant to an elephant to a human being that they're not in Samadhi.
Right. It's just whether it's proper or improper.
That's all. It's only proper, improper. So it's nothing to do with am I in Samadhi or am I not in Samadhi. So if you read the Mulaka Sutta, it perfectly explains that. Everything. Sabbe Dhamma. Right? Sabbe Dhamma means what? Everything. It need not be with humans, yes.
Yeah, I guess my main question is if it is indeed samadhi, it means jhana, right? So if there's jhana, even the first jhana, I don't know if, because the senses will withdraw within jhanas, right?
No,
That
that is
means
separate.
essentially,
Now you're clubbing many things. Now, if the person is in jhana, as in the Buddha Dhamma jhana, absolutely there is withdrawal of senses because he has already taken the Dhamma as an object. Dhamma as in the teaching, right? So there are 40 objects for meditation. He can take anything he wants. One can take breath, one can take dhatu, one can take the 32 parts of the body. You can take whatever that comes up, yes.
but one need not need to know dhamma at all to get into jhana, right? So it doesn't
Now,
have to be that.
now we come to the non-Buddha way of doing it, right? Now, why do you combine too many things? I don't understand. So let's sort this out first. Now, is there any confusion on this? Let's finish it. And then we come to the what is Anariya, why it is Anariya.
Okay, yes. What? So if say you've taken the breath as your object of meditation, and it's like you've almost got to a point where you can like pay attention to your breath throughout the entire day, will you still have sensual desire?
Yes, as a Sotapanna you would have, as a Sakadagami you will have, only as a Anagami you will not have.
Okay.
Why not? What is wrong with senses? Now,
I guess
one second, Aryu, before you ask me the question. Now, why do we hate the senses?
Okay. Well, so maybe it's like uh more on the side of like defilements.
No, senses are not defilement. See, now you need to understand two important aspects. One is indriya, senses, ayatana, sense fields. The problem is not with the senses, the problem with the sense field. When indriya, that is the senses, turn to be a sense field, you create a boundary. That's like if you go to a field, khetta is a field. Okay, so there's one sutta where Buddha explains consciousness. Kammam khetta is the field. Kamma is the field. Vijnana bija. Vijnana is the seed. And tanha sineho. Craving is the moisture or water. Now, what I do, other than the indriya, I will, out of intention, create a field of experience. And that is where the defilements is, not in the senses. The poor sense job is to see. The poor sense job is to hear. You cannot kill the senses saying that, hey, you know what? Senses are the defilement. Sensual experience is the defilement, not the senses per se. So don't hit the senses. Now the sense perception, what you're getting, is the field of experience. And the defilements are there in the field of experience. That is where the distortion is. Because that's my field. I would like to see the way I want to see it. So I take tremendous stress to make that happen. If I were to see the objects coming as it is, then absolutely no problem. Dhite, dhite mattam. Seeing as in seeing. Sute, sute mattam. Hearing as in hearing. Mute mute mattam. Touching as in touching. What is touching? Skin is also touching. Nose is also touching. Tongue is also touching. It touches. Vinyate, vinyate mattam. Cognizing as in cognizing. You can't say, you know what, let me not cognize at all. I hate cognition. What? You don't want to cognize? Then what do you want to do? Act like a dumb animal. Right? It's not. The defilements are not in the senses. The defilements are in the sense perceptions. Sanya. That gives you the fodder, the food. Makes it niche, meaning always being there. When it is anicca, it's not going to be there as I think it to be there. So, not as per my wish, it means that you cannot make the sense see the way you want to see it. Their job is to just see, hear, taste, touch, smell. What you do with that, it doesn't care. But the vijnana changes it so that that consciousness is defiled. Not the senses are defiled, not the object is defiled, the conscious experience is defiled. So you're cleansing that, removing that from the chitta. Right? So what he says, chakuncha, eye, paticca, joining together, the bringing together. Chakuncha paticca rupe, the rupa, the forms. Cha, with uppajjati, arises. Chakku vinyana. No problem there, if it's just a vinyana. Tinna sanghati passo. These three things is passa, contact. Passa pachaya vedana. Because of the contact, there is a feeling. What feeling? There can be a sukha vedana. So nice. Dukkha vedana. I don't like this, I'm telling you. Adukha sukha vedana. Neutral. Okay? Yam vedayati tam sanjanati. What one feels, one takes it as an experience and create a perception of that experience. Yam sanjanati tam vitakketi. What one perceives, one starts thinking on that. This is a great experience. No, this is a very bad experience. I'm telling you, this guy is tough, man. I'm telling you, to break his bones, man. I'm telling you. I say, I love this person. I want to be with him all the time. I don't know why he settled down there if he's staying with me like that. Right? Yam vitaketi. Yam vitaketi tam papancheti. Now he proliferates it. He makes a story out of it. If he had not made a story, then it would have been the best thing in the world. But he makes a story. So, yam vitaketi tam papancheti. Yam papancheti tato nidanam purisa. Nidana is origin. Because of this proliferation, what is the story? What is creating? Purisa, that person. What does he do? Papancha sanya sankha. He keeps on multiplying it with additional stories. Now let's make it. I go to Miami Beach. Beach is a beach. There's nothing called Miami Beach. What is a beach? Sand and sea is a beach. Whether I go at the California side, I go on the East Coast side, I see it in India side, I see it in Sri Lankan side or whichever side, it doesn't matter. It's just a sea, salt water, and a ton of sand. There's nothing called as white sand and black sand and gray sand and this sand and clean sand and unclean sand and blah 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 all of that. Whether Aryu goes to Hawaii to enjoy that, or he does it in near the Bay Area, San Francisco, or he comes to Florida for wherever he goes, it's just the sand. But Florida beach is the best beach. Hawaiian experience is the Hawaiian experience. Then the San Francisco Bay Area is a Bay Area. This thing is Papancha Sanya Sankha, multiplying that experience into so much of dimensions that the mind feels, oh my, this is one experience I need to have. 100 things to do before I die. Go to Hawaiian beach. Why? It's beautiful, man. What is beautiful there? It's water and sand. What is beauty there? Waves are not going to come and touch my feet and say, hey, Vilas, you look so nice. Thank God you arrived in Hawaiian beach. Otherwise, I was in so much of tension. But to see the Hawaiian beach, I'm in tension. I have to book the flight. I should book the hotel. I should book near the sand, near the beach. The beach is not going to tell that, hey, wait, you don't have to come. I'll come to you. I have to go to the beach. Like an idiot, I head into the beach in the hot sun, drinking a can of beer and getting mad at it, and with a umbrella or something like that. And then the women wear almost nothing because it's so hot. Right? How does it really matter? It's just the sand and the beach. Beach in the sense of water waves. That's it. Salty water waves. The more you are in it, the more you stink. So you have to take a bath. And not even an animal can come near you. You stink. Now you play volleyball there, beach volleyball, and this, that one, and then eat. Then shall I eat shrimps or frog or this or that? Some more dancing, and in the evening you lit up the place with bonfire, and then some activities, and go to bed and do shit next day morning. And that's it. That's all that experience can give you. So, Papancha Sanya Sanka Samudacharanti. He goes on with this. Atita. Last time when I went to Hawaii, it was good. This time there are too many people. I'm telling you, these holidays are worse. Everybody has a vacation at the same time. I think I should have booked the flight 4 months in advance. The cost was this. And the hotel guys are fleecing me. I'm telling you. So all of this, Atita, Anagata, in future I'm going to do the following. Pachuppanna, I'm doing this. All are fabricated. Now this is what is defilement. Yes.
So, even with, say, proper samadhi, you would need proper samadhi to even before you could even begin like cleansing any of this, right? Or, I mean, some sense, or does it just mean that I'm doing wrong?
Your voice got completely chopped off, Matt. If you can repeat it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is still lagging.
I
think I heard his question. His question was, do you need to be Samadhi to start the cleansing? And there's second part too.
No, you need to be having sila completed in order to get into Samma Samadhi. Okay, so now you read the Samannapala Sutta. What does he say? First is Sila. He puts 3 sections on Sila. One is a lesser section, one is a middle section, one is a longer section. 3 sections. Then what does he say on Samadhi? He says, first, Indriya Gutta Dwara. Close the senses from the sense object. Because it is going to create a field of experience. Cut that out. That's the first thing. Then you practice Sampajanya. What is there in the Mahasatipatthana, in all the postures. Right? The second. Then what does it say, the third one? You should be contented. So Pachavekkhana has to be brought. Okay, why are you eating? Why are you having a home? Why are you wearing the dress? Why are you taking medicines? Just have to aware of that. Practice that. Third one. What's the fourth one? Nivarna. Remove the hindrance. And then you are ready for jhana. Right? Now, what if I am doing it while walking, while talking, while sleeping, while standing? That's exactly what is there in the second one, which is Sampajanya Pabba. It's not about sitting meditation. It's about meditating at all the postures. Even while talking, while standing, while eating, while defacing, while bathing, while wearing robes. Yes.
So going back a little bit to my original question, I'm not trying really to mix too many things up, but my understanding is as follows, right? So you don't necessarily need to know Dhamma, for example, to get into Jhāna, right?
Wait. I know you are asking on behalf of Matt. Or you want, see, we will first finish this section and go to the next section where you don't require any of this Buddha Dhamma itself.
Okay. Sure.
Because both work at the same level. There's a difference between Buddha Dhamma and non-Buddha Dhamma. I want to cover that up. So when I say you're combining this and that, meaning let's first finish this section. If you are convinced on this section, oh, you have understood, then we can go to that one.
Yeah,
That's even more interesting one, what you're asking me. Okay. But
let's let the Max finish with this question.
yes, I want this to be closed. Otherwise, it keeps on cropping up.
Okay. Yes.
Right. So we need to
because
be content. I'm done. I've got it. Yes.
So I mean, it makes me realize that I think I've skipped a step with the sila because this whole time I've been like focusing on my breath, being able to like be one with my breath throughout the entire day, but I'm still having these issues of defilements, and so that's why the question cropped up.
Yes.
So I mean, maybe I should just stop trying to bypass the whole sila and
Exactly. Now you have answered that. So I wanted to bring that from your mouth. That's the reason I was pressing on Ariya to wait. Let it complete. Okay, let it complete. So the process of Buddha Dhamma is split in 3 parts. The first part is the sila, no skipping. Many people think that the sila is understood. No. Some people feel it's implicit. No. If it was implicit, he wouldn't have taken strain of explaining so many things.
Yeah.
He's not an idiot. Okay. Even for the most experienced people who came to Buddha, he said, practice sila. And they didn't argue with him. Hey, my dear friend, you know how much experience I have in sila? 35 years. No, they just accepted to what he said because they were not going further than that. So the Sila Khanda has to be practiced all the time. If you want a jhana, you should have Sila. You just cannot.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
because there's even I've heard like certain traditions you have to study the sila or practice it for like 3 years before they'll even begin teaching you meditation.
Yes, that's another extreme.
Okay.
So people go in multiple extremes. They think that without Sila, I'll not teach you Samadhi. Some people feel that leave the Sila, I'll teach you Samadhi, or you do Samadhi. Both are wrong. Sila, Samadhi, Panya are like a tripod.
Right.
So it cannot stay. You just cannot drop one and keep the other. You cannot drop the other.
Can you mix the two? Like, can you work on samadhi and sila at the same time?
Yes, it's a tripod. So first you start with Sila. This gets cleared, your Samadhi becomes perfected. That gives you Panya.
Okay.
It's like three wires, one positive, one negative, one neutral. You require all the damn three things to be in the switch for you to get the power. I can't say, hey, wait, let me pull out one of that wire thing and I will put two pin and then let's see it works. It's not going to work. All the equipment is going to boom, that's it. What happened? Burnt it, man. I don't know.
And they strengthen each other, right?
Yeah.
Strengthen.
So now what happens? Only Panya without Sila is like a blind man watching the sun. He explains the sun, but he has never seen it. He's read so much about sun and he says, hey, can you see the sun? Yeah, sun is bright in color and it'll be shining everywhere and the light will come. Boss, can you see the sun? Yes, bright in color and it's sometimes red and sometimes it shines and sometimes this happens. Sometimes you feel hot and sometimes you feel cold and there's an equator, it turns around and then this happens. I'm asking for the last time. Have you experienced sun? Yes, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That sometimes it is red in color, sometimes there's a called sunset, and this is like a person driving a car. He has never seen the car, nor he has learned how to drive, but gives sermons on driving. It's like that. Okay. So that's Michapanya, let's say. He has no experience. Why? He couldn't get into Samadhi. Why? Because of Sila. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila gives right to Samadhi, Samadhi gives right to Panya. So if there were to be starting point, it is Sila. As much Sila I practice, so much the Samadhi and so much the Panya. If I am full in Sila, full Samadhi, full Panya. Wait. Let's finish or let him vomit out everything and then I'll 100% give you a chance, Ariya.
No, I'm talking about this only. I'm talking about this.
Which
I'm
one?
not talking about.
Okay.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm just saying, you require some level of panya to want to develop the sila. So it's not.
Right. So as much as we prepare here, so much development, and that gives like a foot to the sila. So you'll become stronger on the sila, and that develops your samadhi, and then gives you panya. And as much as panya get developed, it develops the sila, and then the samadhi, then the panya. Like that, it goes in like a thread being tied to the three poles. Then it's unbreakable. It is so tight, nothing from outside can affect it.
Yeah, I clearly see what the problem was. The samadhi is the most interesting thing to me, which that right there is already an issue. You know, I shouldn't like put more value on the samadhi than the others. So I mean, because I don't really pay much attention to the sila. I'm like, Whatever. I'll just do Samadhi.
Ah, that's the that's the problem. 1 minute. Today, you guys have to accept the video the way it is because I did not enable full screen. So Ariu is going to feel all that things have come.
It's,
But the voice will be good. It's okay. If somebody is so interested in Dhamma, they will live with it.
it's just one click away from removing all the talk about.
Yeah. So anyway, now coming back to this subject is that, yes, you cannot skip sila. So we have to strengthen the sila. You'll be breaking the sila. That's for sure. What will happen? Your samadhi will get broken. Nothing is going to happen in this world. As much as the sila gets broken, so much is the samadhi getting broken. As much as samadhi gets broken, so much panya gets broken. As much as the panya gets developed, so much of the sila gets developed. As much as sila gets developed, so much samadhi will get developed. So you'll be enjoying the three. So a sotapanna would be breaking the precepts, but he will be again joining the precepts. But he will not do anantarya papakamma. That means anantarya. Antara means distance. Anantara means no distance. They come like this. So if I'm killing my parents, if I'm disturbing the sangha, or if I'm injuring the arhat, or if I'm killing the Buddha like that, then it becomes, no matter how much I try on the Dhamma in this life, I have to land in the hell. Because it's called antarya papa kamma. Antara means separation, and antara is non-separation. There's no separation. Right? And none of us, as we speak, are killing our mothers, killing our father, killing arhat, because we are not even seen one to go and kill that person or injure that person. Kill a Buddha, there's no Buddha today. So it's fair. Right? So if you were to break the 5 sila, pancha sila, and you joining it to that extent, there is a pain you have to take of not being in samadhi. That's it. Nothing other than that is going to happen. So now, what's the difference? Now, if Matt, you're completed on that, and let me take what Ariu is saying. You already answered it, but let me finish it up in a nice way. If I were to only work out on samadhi, I can go up to 8 jhanas without any issue. As long as the condition matches, so long I am in 8 jhana. Even after death. Neva sanya na sanya aitam. Once that is ended, I can take a form suitable at that point in time. Whatever the form. It can be a lizard form, it can be a human form, it can be a deva form, it can be an elephant form, it can be whatever form. Since I worked out on the sila, there is no way the defilements can enter. Right? And hence, at the time of death, the samadhi will take care. Let's say if I were to be reborn, take care of that rebirth consciousness to appear in a place which is not inappropriate. So the 4 apayas are closed. So the difference between the Buddha teaching and the non-Buddha teaching is that there is no clear-cut demarcation or a way of tripod. Like this camera, what I'm having. Ariu has been telling me, Vilas, we'll do it in iPhone, it comes very nice, and I'm doing it in this. We have had all kind of things. Why the samadhi is not there. Now I bought this new beautiful tripod. Thanks to Ariya, one side is Sila, that is holding it. Another side is Samadhi. Another side is Panya. Now that camera is not shaking. The damn thing records so well. So what's wrong with the setup? Everything looks good, but didn't have a tripod. So there was chance of falling. There's all the time the recording has been very bad. I agree with Ariya. It looks not of this kind. When the monks are working out on IT kind of thing, you being an IT person doing such a flimsy kind of desana or a discourse is it's bad. It's I agree. But because I didn't have a tripod, right? I could have bought it. It's not that I didn't have money to purchase it. I didn't know what to purchase. And because of him, I could do it. Now it looks good. So what does the tripod do? Stabilize. And this tripod called as Sila, Samadhi, Panya is required. Now they all three go together. I can't ask, hey, Matt, I'll tell you one thing. What if I just pull one leg? Well, if you pull one leg, the other two also will fall.
Yeah, that wouldn't work out too well.
It doesn't work out too well. I might be watching Breath forever. That's one leg. What about the other two legs? So the defilements are going to come because I have not developed the sila. Right? Yes, Ariya.
Yeah. Are we fairly settled here? I just want to go to the Jhāna question.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So my understanding, right? Let's say Matt is someone who has not heard Buddha Dhamma before, and he learned meditation. He got into Jhāna through breath meditation, and he's been holding his samadhi to a good extent. But as long as he's in Jhāna, right? He's in first Jhāna. The senses will be withdrawn enough, so
Absolutely.
the sensual lust will not come up.
Absolutely. Even Buddha says that in the Jhāna, irrespective Ariya, Anariya, they are suppressed. Right? When they are suppressed, no defilements will come on the surface. So if I practice the breath meditation perfectly, exactly to what is indicated in Samannapala Sutta is going to happen, except for ending of defilements. I can remember all my past lives. I can have a divine eye. I can have a divine ear. I can fly. I can touch the sun and the moon. I can visit the Deva realm. I can also visit the Brahma realm. But can I end the journey? No. Can I know where I'll be reborn? God only knows. Yes.
Right. So I guess to complete my question, right? So like Anariya or Ariya doesn't matter. So as long as there's Jhāna, the sensual lust doesn't come up, right? But
Lust. See, I'll tell you, 4 levels of consciousness. Supreme consciousness, unconscious, subconscious, conscious. Jhana, when I start this conscious, pulls away the subconscious experience, suppresses the unconscious experience, gives you the supreme blissful experience. Got the point? It's like this. Like they show about thumbs up, or sorry, Coke ad, or in the Pepsi, they show, I'm drinking. That's that one, right? These other two are hidden. So if somebody is experiencing jhana without the Buddha, it's good. Conscious, supreme conscious. The other two are not there. Yes.
So let me try to finish my question.
Yes.
The question is, as long as there's jhana, the sensual lust shouldn't bother. And so I guess
Again,
I'm just
again and again, I'm telling you, lust or hate or delusion or this or that is part of these two guys.
yes. That's my premise. I haven't said my question.
Yes, go ahead and say your question.
The question, I guess, is to Matt, because Matt thinks he's maintaining samadhi, right? So I guess this samadhi is not the jhanic kind of samadhi, because otherwise the
It
sensual
is
lust will
jhanic
not
samadhi only, but with defilements, not with defilements ended.
Okay, so let's say Matt is able to remain in the first jhana during the day. And in that, as long as he's in the first jhana, there's no lust bothering him.
Absolutely.
So that's my question, because Matt is saying throughout the day he's maintaining samadhi.
Yes.
So I'm just wondering, I suppose it doesn't mean the first jhana, because if he's in first jhana, then
No, why are you putting so much? It is first jhana only, irrespective of Anariya, Ariya. There is first jhana.
Yeah, I'm not trying to complete Anariya or Ariya.
But the way you're pushing him forward, saying that it is first jhana, he's not in first jhana. No, he is in first jhana with defilements.
So even in the first jhana, the lust can come up.
No, it's suppressed, not comes up. It's not removed.
Yes. But Matt is saying during the day he's bothered by sensual desire.
Then for that moment, the jhana is removed.
Yeah, it's more of a question to Matt. I don't know what he's experiencing and what he defines as samadhi. So that's hence the question that I have.
Okay, so let's hear from him, from the horse.
It's just being aware of your breath throughout the whole day. That has been my main objective for months now. And I feel like, I mean, very rarely throughout the day am I not aware of what my breath is doing. But there's still times that say lust arises, or like even every so often I do get annoyed with myself if I mess up at work or something like that. And so I guess the question is like, are you like in first jhana and samadhi or whatever, and these things still can arise?
Yes, it can arise, and at that moment the jhana is broken. If you observe, your jhana will not be there. Meaning, for that moment when the lust arises, you will get out of the breath watching.
Okay.
When you get mad when you're driving your car, Matt, and one guy pisses off you so much, and you feel, damn, he doesn't know I'm a Texan. That moment, you lose track of the breath. And breath is jhana. So you lost the jhana. What's the point?
Yes. Yeah, and I'm glad all this came up, because I mean it's showing me where I need to continue working on.
Right. Right. So the aspect here is that the jhana is 5. Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagrata. Through breath, you're taken breath as an object, so vitakka. You're taken that object. Vichara. You're on that damn object. You're getting piti. You're feeling happy, joy. You're getting sukha. happiness or pleasure, rather, not even happiness, pleasure, beautiful pleasure of being in the breath, oneness with the breath. Now comes the defilement, a sensual thought. It cuts all these five. Because the vitaka is now the sensuality. The breath is gone. Vichara is on that sensual thing. Then piti is gone. And you would like to, oh man, it was, I don't know why he came. Then there is no sukha, it is dukkha. You wild. And there's no ekagata. You're split everywhere. And after he is gone, you feel, there's one thing I need to change. I don't know why I allowed my mind to get into it. If you had developed the sila, this wouldn't have happened. Now you thought with the 2 sticks, you can mount a camera of 50 kgs. That guy is going to...
So with the sila, would you? Is it just say reviewing the precepts?
Not the review. There is a way out of doing that precept thing. It's just not doing it. So the first aspect of the precept is that you need to feel you're just pure consciousness. There's nothing other than pure consciousness. You're pure conscious. But defilements bring you to feel something which doesn't exist. And hence you will not do the panatipata and adinna dana like that. So you need to reflect. It's a reflection basically. Keep on reflecting. And then the cleansing happens. The lens is dirty. The mirror is dirty. I need to do this. And after that, shining. Now I can be in Samadhi. In Sri Lanka, I was in Samadhi. If somebody were to ask me, are you in Samadhi? I would say yes. Even walking, sitting, standing, going in the car, going here, going there. And if my friend were not to speak to me, no problem. Not the micha kind. Some sound is coming, and then I don't know, I'm getting so irritated. That's not the Samadhi. Why? Because sila is undeveloped. Or underdeveloped, rather. Yes, Ariya.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about the source, but I've heard the story that their ascetics developed 8 jhana and have all these siddhis, but upon seeing a pretty woman, all of that is gone out the window. I don't know the
Absolutely.
source of that, but
See what happens. The sila khanda, not just 5. There are 44 of them. In the Salleka Sutta, Buddha talks 44 things. You'll literally gasp out of breath of austerity, what he calls as austerity. Sallekhana means austere. So if I take that whole thing and develop it, superb. Because no defilement exists other than those 44. Okay, anyway, coming back to this. What is defilement? What is there to defile? Defile means is to corrupt. Right? Why there is corruption? Because the mind has dirt. Now, how did this dirt arise? What's the cause? The cause is that interest in desires. Kama chanda. Right? There's a desire to experience something. There is a desire. I can't say, hey, you know what? I don't have any desires. That itself is a desire. So it's like fooling oneself. And the girl goes, or the car goes, or some other thing goes, or whatever it is, and I go on a roller coaster ride, I go to the office, I do this, I do that. The desire is there to enjoy, not to suffer. We've made air conditioners not to enjoy. We made it to take care of this body. But then air conditioner gives you enjoyment. It makes you feel, why? You're sulking in heat. So Buddha calls sensual enjoyment as a leprosy patient sitting next to a fire kinder, trying to warm his scratching. He's scratching and scratching. Now he goes near the heat, he feels, that's exactly what we're doing. I'm sweating like the smell is, I need to put on the air conditioner, because then if I'm sitting in this room and somebody comes, even though I'm the teacher, that smell will make the person feel, sir, just one small request. If you can't bathe, at least can't you change your shirt? Just out of compassion, out of dignity, out of humbleness, I'm giving you this humble suggestion. Can you do something? I'm getting headache, please. Right. And then I say, hey, you know what? You're a student. So why don't you install air conditioner for me? Yes, sir. You're not giving me any money for Dhamma. Now it's time to repay. Yes, sir. What do you want? Air conditioner, please. Okay, good. Then I have a remote. Now it's cool. Am I not enjoying that pleasure? I forgot all about this body is dirty, it is smelly, it requires air conditioner or the fan. Otherwise, you can't sit. Stinking. Not for adornment. Now, if I'm in that, I'm in Samadhi. If I'm enjoying that air conditioner, and I feel, wow, Buddha Dhamma repays. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. I need to find such students in my life, right? So next time I say, hey, you know, this room is, and Ariya would say, Vilas, your room looks very not up to the mark. I say, yes, I know that. Why don't you get me a studio where all effects can be there? Makes sense. How much does it cost? Nothing. $20 per month. 20. That's it. I'll pay. I thought $200. Yeah, 20 for that, 180 for me. Okay. And that interest, kama chanda, creates vyapada. And kama chanda vyapada together brings in tinamida. And these three things bring in their friend, udacha kukucha. And these four friends will not allow you to learn Buddha Dhamma because you keep on doubting it. Whether this will work, that will work, whether this is right and that is right, I'll go there, I'll go here. Keep on going round in circles. So now either you go to Kamachanda, then Vyapada, then Thinamida, then Udacha Kukucha, then Visikicha. Then again you come back to Kamachanda Vyapada. So the whole thing is going round and round and round and round. Right? And I keep on getting questions. This is right and that is right. This is not right and that is not right. Am I doing this? Am I doing that? Am I doing this properly and that properly? So it's a full of questions and answers and question and answer and question and answer. This ultimately nothing is going to solve because the chanda is in kama. Right? So the first thing I need to do is cut that. That's the first defilement, if I could say. And in fact, in the DN2, Samanapala Sutta, he explains that's the first defilement. My dear friend, that's the first defilement. Because that's a defect. If you cut Kamachanda, 50% of the problem is gone. It's a huge burden. It's not senses are the problem. See, we take it in a very standardized English way. Sensual pleasures. Cut the senses, no pleasure. No. Cut the field. And then there's no pleasure of the senses. Not the senses per se. Otherwise, Bahya wouldn't have attained Arhat with this much. And that guy came in the afternoon when the sun was on the top, and Buddha saying to him, boss, allow me, I have to go and have food. And he says, I don't know whether I'm going to be there. I don't know whether you're going to be there. I don't know who is going to be there. Just give me Dhamma in a minute. Okay, Darucharya, if that is what you think you require, Dhite dhite matam, sute sute matam, mute mute matam, vinyate vinyate matam. Okay, thank you, go. And as said, Darucharya was walking and this mad cow came and killed him. He didn't ask 100 questions to the Buddha. Okay, so now coming back to this point, to Ariya and you, is that what is Samadhi? Samadhi is to stay in a particular state. Whether you use breath for it, you use dhatu for it, you use something else for it, it's a choice you can make. It's an object. Take whatever you want. It's like going to a restaurant and asking, should I take pig or hamburger? Should I take, oh, sorry, you are a vegan. I totally forgot that you are vegan. So should I take milk? Should I take cheese? Should I take table salt? Should I take, pepper? Should I take lettuce? Should I take carrot? Should I take cucumbers? I don't know what all to take. And then I'm totally confused. Should I take the plate? Just the empty plate? Right. What would be the answer? Answer is whatever is palatable. And that's the answer. Because that brings in Samadhi. If I have Sila, then I can have Samadhi. Yes, Ari.
So this Samadhi in terms of Jhāna required you to be deliberate with your object.
Right.
Not just like Miccha Samadhi. Because as you're talking, I realize even say depression is a form of Samadhi.
Absolutely.
It's a negative loop. But
Yeah.
that doesn't lead to Piti Sukha.
Nothing. He keeps on blaming himself more and more. He'll be brooding. Hey, what happened? Come on, guy, what happened? Nothing. I don't think so. He'll understand. I can understand. Tell me what happened. You are not my friend anymore. That doesn't answer the question. What happened? I told him, I don't like. That day, you did this to me. So there is Anna. Anyway, not sure whether she want to go on the video, but anyway, she can listen. So the thing is, when I want to have depression, what is meaning of depression? There is an underlying tendency to withdraw. Then what is Samadhi? It's withdrawal from something. So there is a withdrawal. Whether I'm withdrawing something positively or I'm withdrawing something negatively, they both are anyway Samadhi. Now if I'm brooding and being in that, how is the day today? The way it should be. Hey, why are you acting without life? I'm like this. Hey, what happened? Nothing. Are you going to office tomorrow? Maybe. Will you be working all throughout the day tomorrow? I think so. Shall we go to the movie? I don't think so. Do you want me to be sitting here? It's your wish. Do you want to eat something? I don't think so. Did you eat something? I don't know. Okay, give me a break. Take a break. Should I come back to your home again? It's your wish. Should I leave you in this state? I'm okay. But you are not excited. I was never. Are you in anger? Do you see me in anger? No. Are you in depression? What is that? I don't know. Did you eat well yesterday? I think so. Did you sleep? I thought I slept. Did you sleep at your home? I guess so. Now he's in Samadhi. He's giving proper answers. Now, what do you want him to do? He's giving one-liner answers like an arhat. Yes. Yes, Ariya, you wanted to ask something.
Yeah, no, I'm just what you said reminds me of this story about this woman who lost his son, right?
Yes,
And he was
Visakha.
sad.
Visakha, yes.
I've heard. No, I don't know. I don't mean in the sutta, like in the later, like modern time. Some lady was remorsing for I don't know weeks and months, and then he went to this monk and said, "I just could not get out of this remorse, not remorse, the sadness of losing my son." And this monk, she was in samadhi of this thought about her son. Right? So this monk said something. He said, "You're just faking it. You're just faking the sadness." And no, the woman asked the monk, "How can I get out?" So the monk said, "You're faking it." And the woman's like, "How can you say that?" And then she quickly went home and enraged. And after a while, she came back and said, "You didn't take me out of the sadness. Because in the past whatever time, I was just hating you. Why could you say that?" And now I didn't think of my son.
Yes, absolutely. So, the Samadhi can never be developed without sati. For sati, you need to have sila. They're interlinked. Samadhi and sati are interlinked. So the Noble Eightfold Path is proper view, samma ditti, proper determination, proper, that is samma sankappo, proper speech, samma vacha, proper work or deeds, samma kammanto, proper livelihood, samma ajivo. These five gives you samma sati. Samma vaya, effort, proper effort in removing the defilements will make your sati strong, samma sati. And hence you are in sati patthana. You have established that remembrance on what should be done and what should not be done. And hence the last one, samma samadhi, the proper samadhi. That gives you two phala. What that phala? Samma jnana, right wisdom. And the last one, the beautiful, samma vimukti, proper release. Right.
Hey, so how come? Because a lot of this, I know me personally, you told me a lot of these things so many times, but it's like, how come gradually over time they finally start clicking, like making sense, where you can comprehend them?
Because the clarity comes, the defilement starts to give up.
Because I look back on it months ago when you put the week training of like how we were supposed to do things. The day one was establishing sila, and I'm like, man, months ago I could have been doing this, but I went so far off track.
Yep.
It seems like.
Yeah. So it's all about, see, we don't have to blame ourselves. Yes, we would be breaking the sealer, but we will be bringing it back. It's like using the tripod. One of this guy is going to do like this, and then I have to make it in a better way, right? So I watch it and see, that guy is acting funny. Maybe the floor it's not proper, so I need to put something down there. And then the stabilization comes. So when I see sealer, it's not that I sit for hours together, months together, days together, years together on sealer. Let me first practice sealer. What? How? That becomes a question now. Well, sila means don't kill. I am a person, I am a vegan. Come on. I don't even eat anything. I don't even eat milk. What the heck are you talking? Right? Yes.
That one's natural to me.
Yes, I'm a vegan. What the shit are you talking? I don't kill anyone. It's not that. It's in the mind, the defilement make you see yourself apart from others, and that brings in the hatred quality. So if I'm going to work on the sealer, it's about seeing everyone as myself. Right? One second, Ariyu. Now, if I want to steal, I see my object being with somebody else, right? I see Ariyu's home. It's so beautiful in California. I love California. Why? Because I have a dream of being in California. Little do I realize that Ariyu is in fact me. If at all I get that wisdom, would I steal from his home anything whatsoever? Home in the sense, not physical stealing, even mentally stealing whatever he is developing. I take his invention and put my name. He has written a lot of things, and I put my name in the below. Along with Ariyu, I have also contributed. Very small font. Nobody can literally read that, but it's a copyright Ariyu, and below small copyright Anagarika Vilas. Why? Because of me only he learned. That amounts to stealing. Right? And to do that, I need to put so much of effort. If it was dana, donation, it makes expansion. Otherwise, I'm contracting. I have to contract, right? I have to do something to get my name. Or I need to tell Ariyu, so next time you talk about Dhamma, ensure you put my name. You tell your friends, there's one Anagarika Vilas in Bangalore. He speaks fantastic Dhamma. You should see his videos. And he says, I don't watch videos. I am telling you, you should watch at least one. And then I ask Ariyu, did you inform your friends? They say yes. Because he has to say yes now. He can't say no. And that amounts to stealing. I'm not doing dana. See, I'm supposed to be teaching as dana, right? It's a donation, dhamma dana. Whether somebody is interested, not interested, I'm giving like a water supply. Okay, take it. You want to drink water, drink as much as you want. You don't want to drink water, the water will not say, hey, I don't want to drink. I'm not going to give you. You didn't take it, so I'm not going to give it to you. Water is water. If you are thirsty, take it. If you're not thirsty, leave it. Who cares? This is exactly what Buddha teaches to his son in the Maharahulavada Sutta, that be like water, be like earth, be like fire, be like air, be like space. You, and he says, will you react if somebody puts dirt on earth? Is earth going to get irritated by it? No, you be that. So we need to learn that. So then I worked on sati, which then brings in samadhi, then that gives panya. So it goes. Yes, Ariyu, you had questions. Sorry, I had to stop.
Just making a comment that I found the best way of contemplating sila is imagine as if I was the person being stolen, being told like how much anger I would be. Really allowing you to see how it hurts. In the Dvaita Vitakka Sutta, he talks it hurts yourself, it hurts the other person, it's both yourself and the other. Really allows me to see it.
Yep.
A good way.
Right. So that's how we need to do it. So now coming conclusion is what? Two samadhis, two ways of doing things. To the 8 jhana. One is don't have to establish sila, just work out on samadhi. Depending upon the suppression of the defilements, you will attain the first jhana, the second jhana, the third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth. Right? To an extent that you can remember your past lives. To an extent that you can fly. To an extent that you can do everything what is there in the Samanapala Sutta. But you will never get ending of defilements. You'll never get to see that. Why? Because on one tripod you can't get the one leg, not one tripod. One tripod is sufficient. One leg of the tripod, pull both of them up and try to balance it. It balances, definitely. It doesn't, there are people who can make things stand on their hand. It balances. The gravitation pull can be removed, suppressed. But when the right time comes, this guy breaks. And when it breaks, nobody knows where he went. Yes.
I guess the question I have is that once you develop very good samadhi, all your experience, you can experience consciousness as pure and bright and all that. Supposedly you can have the wisdom too.
Yes.
But because you don't have the sila, it does not allow you to have the wisdom. Or the other explanation is that you require Buddha to explain. So the wisdom.
No. Let me answer you in this way. You'll get wisdom. You'll get wisdom which is limited to an extent of experience only. Right? So let me give you a beautiful example. Okay? So let's forget all about Buddha teaching. For time being, let's keep it aside. I'm no longer a Buddhist. I have given up. Okay? So now I sit. So I'll sit like this. So the book says sit straight. Yes. Hold your shoulders straight. Yes, sir. Now you do this. So hum for 1008 times. Okay? In breath, so out breath, hum. In breath, so out breath, hum. Do it. So 1008 will take me around 1.5 hours. Clear? Savitakka, savichara, piti, sukha, ekagata happens with soham. Clear? Am I not in first jhana? Am I not in second jhana? Am I not in third jhana? Am I not in fourth jhana? Am I not in infinite space? Am I not in infinite consciousness? Am I not in nothingness? Am I not in neither perception nor non-perception? It is. Autobiography of a Yogi, if you would read that book, I'm telling you, it's an eye-opener. Whatever is experiential, it's already there in that book. So, Yogananda experienced all of that. Okay, his master used to appear in two places at the same time. He used to manifest. None of us are able to manifest. His teacher was able to manifest. So what did he learn? The soham, they made it as hum so. Reverse. Hum so, hum so, hum so, becomes so hum. Right? It works. Now, are the defilements suppressed? Yes. Are they able to attain Samadhi? Yes. Are they able to attain jhanas? Yes. Are they able to go to all the 8 levels? Yes. Are they able to touch the sun? Yes. Are they able to manifest many, one to many and all that? Yes. Are they released? No. Why? Defilements are suppressed. They are not ended. The problem with us is we take this is Anariya, this is Ariya, keep on fighting. I don't want to be in Anariya, I want to pass, first attain all the 8. First you attain, no. Let us not debate over it whether this is Ariya and Anariya. No, first you attain. Ariya Magga is what? The noble eightfold path. Now, how do you become an Ariya? Is by understanding 3 things. 1, the 4 noble truths. Second, paticca samutpada, dependent origination. The third one is the paticca samutpanna, how things are dependently arisen. So this like this, right? So this is like a square. So I require 4 things to be in a square. First thing I'm taking is the paticca samutpada, or the first thing I'm going to take is the 4 noble truths. The second one is a patisamutpada. The third one is the anicca dukkha anatta nature. And the fourth one is a paticca samutpanna. Now this is the field through which nothing can run. Clear? So the first one is to understand the anicca dukkha nature. Then the anatta will happen. Then after that, I understand the 4 noble truths. Then I understand the patisamutpada. Then I understand the patisamutpanna, like this. So for that, what I'm talking, these 4 are related to panya. They are not related to sila. For this panya, you require the sila. For getting into jhanas as it is, you don't require sila. What you require is samadhi. Some people have the ability to enter into samadhi, right? So you can do. For samadhi means 4 jhanas. Clear? It's always 4 jhanas, nothing else. So if somebody were to ask me, does that mean if I'm watching breath for 10 minutes, I'm in jhana? Yes. Is that Ariya Jhāna, Anariya Jhāna? I don't know what you're talking. Why? Because you can enter first jhana in both the ways. What is Anariya and what is Ariya? Anariya is that without sila, you attempt the jhana. Where? Ground. Without the ground. When you fall down, oh man, I fell down. That's what it is. Because you start feeling, how did I become so angry? And hence, most of the rishis in India, meaning one who had established so much, when a woman wished to come towards them half nude, they didn't, in India, they didn't have this thing called as thong and all these kind of things which women were wearing in the beach. They didn't see like that. They saw them half nude. So this pleasure of women used to come and their eyes used to pop up. And when it pops up, it pops up with all the defilements at once. But they had tremendous power of the jhana. So they used to curse or they used to bless. Both used to happen because the consciousness is anyway pure. It doesn't have any conditioning. The mind has conditions, the consciousness doesn't. The chitta is unconditioned. So to the level they were pure, they were able to manifest things. So they used to do something like this and give it to the girl. So nice. And the teacher used to, or that fellow used to ask, I gifted you, so don't you give me anything? She says, I am with you, sir, all the time. You can use my service. So he gets entangled. Why? Because the defilements bring it in. That doesn't mean that he was not in 8 jhana. No. That doesn't mean that he didn't experience 7 jhana. No. It is. He used to be. Even with the family, there are a lot of rishis I have read in our books where they had a family. That guy went outside the family, ultimately couldn't stand the nature law, came back, married, had few children, and still he used to be in the jhana. And he used to go and meet the Brahma. Hey, how are you doing today? Are you all okay? And the Brahma used to say, come, have a seat. It's been a long time that you have not met me. Yeah, these days I'm very busy with my family. You know, my son is studying now in the 8th grade, and my daughter is in the college, and you know, it's all difficult thing. You know, like it's so difficult to manage the family. So, and my wife, sometimes she goes mad, and especially I don't know why these women menstruate. They create a lot of fuss. You know, I don't know, and their mood changes, and I need to do a lot of things, and I've thought a lot that I need to divorce, but you know, I can't. But anyway, how are you doing, Brahma? All okay from your side? Right. So this happened. It's there in the books. I'm not faking. Okay, it's there. So what's the difference then between this and that? The non-dual Vedanta, if I were to mention, doesn't talk about how to end the defilements. It talks about the experience of the non-dual, but it doesn't talk about how to end the defilements. In the Buddha teaching, it's non-dual without defilements. So if you were to conclude, it is with defilements, without defilements. So when the jhanic experience ends, the person comes back wherever he was in another existence, which he never wanted to do. So all his accomplishments are gone. And in Buddha Dhamma, fortunately, the 4 apayas are closed forever. So if you fall down, oh man, at least I'm born as a human being. Such a fantastic experience. I fell down, honestly. But born as a human. Yes, Ariya.
I guess I've never gotten a question regarding this, but overall, let's say when we get a higher pleasure, the mind will tend to lean toward higher pressure.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
so when I have sensual pleasure, I enjoy that. But when I get to first jhana, this is better. When I get to second, this is better. So if I'm in the right mind, then I know the 8th jhana is better than sense pleasure.
Right.
So I don't I wouldn't go consciously chase that. But let's say, as long as I remain mindful of the jhana, I can be there. But at the moment, if I'm not mindful, and now I see this, and this come up and takes over.
Yes. So
Okay.
the difference between the Buddha Dhamma and this is the cleansing is happening in 3 stages: samatha, vipassana, anupassana. These 3 things, if you take, vipassana, anupassana are not there except in Buddha teaching. But samatha is there everywhere. Tranquility is there everywhere. So the yoga traditions, the Vedanta, and others talk about samatha, tranquil the body and the mind. So you take a good posture. So you learn how to sit straight, erect, because that's the primary thing. I can't be sitting like this and doing some crazy acrobat. So I need to be sitting straight. And I can't be putting my chest like this. It should be like this. So if a girl were to look at my broad chest, you feel, wow, this guy is good. When would I get this guy?
What a great meditator.
What a great meditator. His chest is so straight. I've never seen a straight chest like this before. And his spine looks so straight. Right? So now I sit like this. And with this, right? This mudra helps in regulating the mind. So I keep it like this and I sit. So it's called asana, a posture. Sukha asana, that which gives you sukha, the third jhanic experience. Right? So now I sit like this. Okay? Sit like this. Don't think about the girl. Think about the breath. Now you have a problem here. If it is Buddha Dhamma, you start with anicca nature, not with the breath. So that idiot who is on to this mug will only watch the breath. Then he gets in the first jhana, savitaka, savichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. Fantastic. To the extent there is a clarity, things manifest. So then he can be in the rupa realm, he can be in the arupa realm. When he develops rupa raga, he develops arupa raga. Right? Now with that, he can enter into anagami. Well, the answer is no. Why? Defilements exist. So after his jhanic pleasure dips down because the girl came or some nymph came or somebody came in that realm, and the girl said, hey, look at me, and that guy will say, hey, come on, I'm coming, and it's gone.
Yeah.
And that happens also to a sotapanna, happens to sakadagami, but doesn't happen to anagami because he's removed the kamachanda and vyapada at the root. So there's nothing called coming back. Yes, Ariya?
But it's not to say that the yoga tradition or the Vedanta tradition cannot reach the ultimate goal, right? They have their own ways.
You have to take that plunge. See, it's like this, Ariya. You're standing here. You have to jump here. Now, how will you jump? This is a samsara. So in Sanskrit, it's called a samsara sagara. Sagara means ocean or sea or whatever you want to call. So you're standing at one end, trying to jump. With what? You have to create a raft. Our friend Buddha gives you the raft. But the Vedanta and the yoga, you have to create a raft. If you create a raft, yes. Now the problem is, how do you create a raft? You have learned about raft, but you require the material to create a raft. So what happens? Ultimately, you have to pray the God. Hey God, do something. I am stuck in this samsara. Please, give me the raft. And wait for the God to say, here it is, son, take the raft. And I have to wait for the coming of the Christ. Second coming of the Christ. I have to wait. Because raft only he has. Because he crossed. But now he has to give it to me. To wait. God, please do something. I am troubled. Have I not prayed you a lot? Maybe yes. That's the reason you are not happy with me. Let me even more do it. Because he doesn't have the raft. It's like this. And no God can help because they are also helpless. They want you there, but they don't know how did they get there in the first place. Right? And when their turn gets over, they are reborn somewhere. And they don't know how they were reborn. Right? So all of us has the same problem. That's the reason in the many sermons which are there in various theros, they keep on talking about we were devas and brahmas in the past. That's true. And we have landed here. One as Ariyu, one as Matt, and one as Shreyas, and one as Vilas, and one as Anna. Hi, Anna, and she's there. She was a Deva, maybe. She's a Brahma, maybe. We don't know. All of us would have been, we have started from there, that much is sure. And we have all lost our ways. So we are trying hard to get back to our home. And we are knocking everybody's door. Hey, have you seen my home? Yeah, I'm also searching, man. The day I find it, I will tell you. But keep searching. Where? Search, even I don't know. And here comes a Buddha. Hey, idiots, listen. There is a reason why things appear in this world. As long as you don't cut the reason, effect can never be cut. No matter what you do in life, cause and effect are going to be there. So Buddha teaching is law of causation. Nothing happens without a reason. You created the reason, so you have to either suffer or enjoy that. So enjoy the ride. I don't want, still have to enjoy. I love it, still enjoy it. But I don't want. Sorry, you signed up, my dear friend. You signed up. You didn't think. Now you enjoy. But I'll give you the raft. If you can penetrate the dukkha, and then you can get out of it. And hence it is dukkha satya. So that's Buddha. And this is all. So you cannot compare. So he says, my beginning is excellent, middle is excellent, ending is excellent. If I take Vedanta, since I'm experienced in that, beginning is excellent, ending is excellent, middle, God only knows. Because you have to prepare the raft. Yoga, beginning is, middle is GOK. Ending is, if you find, excellent. Let's take Christianity. Beginning is God only knows. Middle is God only knows. Ending is God only knows. Because I'm just a messenger of the God. I'm the messenger of the God. And only God knows. Nobody else. Right? If I take Hindu traditions, who knows? God only knows. Beginning, middle, God only knows. Ending, God only knows. You take Islam. Only Allah knows. Nobody else knows. Right? All traditions, God only knows. Why was I born? Maybe God only knows. Am I going to die? Yeah, unfortunately. When? God only knows. Will I be taken care by the God? Yes, son. When? After you die. But will I be knowing that I am died? Yeah, the day you die, you know you've died. Yes, yes, Arya.
Yeah, but even though like you put it like this, but even in our tradition, you can choose to purify sila, right? If you follow in the right way. So
Yes,
purity.
yes.
So,
Now in the Christian or in the Hindu or in Hebrew or in Islam or whatever it is, if somebody knows the sila, he transforms from the religious way of looking, that is sila bitta paramasa, he leaves that. And whether he is knowing Buddha teaching or not, comes into that. But that happening is 1 in a million. I go to the Sunday Mass. And what do? I go to the Father. Hey, Father, bless me. Yes, son. And I do my things. Is it good? Yes, it is punya. It is having meritorious deeds. Absolutely true. I'm a Buddhist. So I go, like I went to Anuradhapura. So we used to go to that Bodhi tree. Then we worship. Then we go to this thing over here. Ruan Valley Mahasaya. That is where they have kept the relics of the Buddha. So you prostrate, you worship the Buddha, and you feed. You take the food and give it to everyone. It's really meritorious. But does that lead to Nibbana? No. But is that the way to follow? Yes. Because without that, you cannot get into this. So to purify, you need to at least start with this. So you start with the belief, transform the belief into faith through experiential reality. So then you remove the belief system. Okay. So the first sanyojana, that which connects two things together like this, out of the three, Visiki Icha will go before the Sakhaya Ditti, but Sila Bhatta Paramasa, that will go immediately. Once you get some experience of it, then you feel, now I know what is Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So I have faith. I don't have belief. I have faith. I don't believe Buddha is good. I know he is good because it works. I know the Dhamma is good. It's not that, they say Dhamma of the Buddha is the best and hence I believe. No, no belief. So in the Buddha teaching, there's no belief systems. There's nothing like that. It starts with faith. You have experienced it and hence you are buying into that. You have faith in the product. You don't believe the product is good. You know for sure it is good. So Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. When you have these three, the fourth one gets added up, which is Sila. So in many suttas, Buddha explained that who is a Sotapanna? One who has the faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and has Sila. Will he break the Sila? Yes. What does he do after that? Fixes it. Why? Because he loses Samadhi. Because his Panya will not be there. So if somebody wants to be in Samadhi and Panya all the time, has to be in Sila all the time. So Sila, Samadhi, Panya are the prerequisite for getting into liberation, which is Sati Sambojjhanga. So you have seven bojjhangas. For that, Satipatthana is starting. Second one is Sammapadhana. Then Iriyapada. Then 5 Indriyas. Then 5 Bala. Then the Sambojjhanga. Sapta Sambojjhanga or Satta Sambojjhanga. Then Ariya Attangika Maggo. All added together 37. So 37 factor of awakening, doing once becomes Sotapanna, doing twice becomes Sakadagami, doing 3 times becomes Anagami, and the 4th time is an Arhat. Now it's a step by step. The first time meaning the first time completion, there's an Arhat. Like the Darucharya. Dite dite matam sute sute matam mute mute matam vinyate vinyate. Oh, Buddha, I understood. Oh, done. Thank you. Gone. But I am not like him. So I have to take one sutta, one something and understand. Yes, Ariya, you had a question.
I think it's probably pretty late for Matt, and it's probably almost
7 p.m. maybe for her. For
yeah,
Anna.
almost 1:30. But I have one question that I from a discussion with Matt that I like to conclude. I think it's relevant. So, so one of the hindrances is kamachanda, right?
Right.
So I understand if you indulge in sensual lust, for example, it will hinder you get into jhana.
Right.
But from talking to Matt, it sounds like in his experience, sometimes it doesn't, it doesn't seem to have a big effect. Even
No,
if
the
something.
effect will not be. See, I'll tell you what. When you say kamachanda, let's say I love eating, right? As soon as I eat, that is gone. I can be in the jhana. So when we say kamachanda, it's not a disease. It's an interest on sensual pleasure. And one another thing, Ariya, for all of us, is that there is pleasure in the senses. There is a sutta which talks about there is a pleasure. And he says, if somebody says only sense has pleasure, Buddha says there is about that, first jhana. Then if somebody says only the first jhana has a pleasure, I say the second jhana. Then the third jhana, then the fourth, like that he talks about. So now, when I'm hungry, hunger reduction is jhanic. Enjoying the food is non-jhanic. Got the point? You are eating food for sustaining the body. You're not eating food for let's see. Let me jump and oh, you prepared this. Oh man, this is one thing I wanted to eat, and there's no jhana. Right? Some sight comes. Let's say now I'm sitting here, I'm seeing this Ruan Valley Saya. Now I had gone there. So if somebody were to ask, did you like it? I say yes. That is jhanic. It's not sensual. But if I go deeper into it and say that I keep on giving story on that, it means now I am into non-jhanic experience. For that moment. After finishing it, I can get into jhana. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so try to understand. So is it the right way of understanding? Is that with regard to indulgence? Let's say I like Coca-Cola, I drink 10 cans, and so as I drink, I satisfy the senses, so I can get into jhana.
Yes.
But the more I indulge, the more frequent and more intensity comes up and becoming a hindrance. So the
Right.
next time I drink again, I cannot get into jhana because as now as I sit down and think about it.
Yes. If you remember, we had spoken someday about dopamine, right? So the one Coke will not get you the dopamine. You have to drink 2 of the bottles to get the dopamine effect. Then the 3rd bottle, then the 4th bottle, then the 5th bottle, like that. So that's the problem of the senses. They cannot be satisfied. They're like open buckets, or the bucket without the bottom closed. You keep on pouring, it keeps on falling down. So you just cannot do anything.
So until it's temporarily pacified, it becomes a hindrance of jhana.
Yes. So that's the reason Buddha talks about 4 pachavikkanas. So you cannot get rid of it totally, right? you have to reflect upon for what you're doing it. You're seeing it because your eyes are there. You're not seeing because you enjoy seeing. They're two different things. The eyes exist and hence you're seeing. The ears exist and hence you're hearing. The tongue exists and hence you're tasting. The nose exists and hence you're smelling. The body exists and hence you're touching. And the mind exists and hence you're feeling and perceiving. That you can't do anything. That's a basic. So getting into the basic will get rid of this defilement. Creating an ayatana, the sense fields, is the problem. So through jhana, you are cutting this field. Field means I'm creating a boundary walls. So I remove the boundary wall, break the boundary walls. Then nothing stays there. It just flows everywhere. So can I not do jhanas then without this? Yes, you can. But with those boxes, 6 boxes, you cannot transcend. Without those 6 boxes, you are already transcended. There's nothing more to transcend. So I can be in jhana while drinking coffee, right? In Buddha Dhamma. In the normal, when I drink coffee, I am in coffee. After coffee, then I get into jhana. So there's a breaking between the jhana and the coffee, right? When I'm drinking coffee, I'm in the coffee. The taste of the coffee pulls me out of the jhana. Till I'm drinking coffee. Once I drink coffee, okay, now where was I? Watching the breath. Okay, stay still. Yes, I'm staying still. And the mind is filled with coffee. Coffee is coming. Okay, let me do something else. So, or I do, that is savitakka. The vichara is on the coffee. So now what I'm doing is, while I'm doing this om, the coffee is also saying om, coffee. Then I have to put even more effort, right? And then the smell of this beautiful pizza comes. Somebody's preparing pizza. Okay, I shouldn't be thinking pizza. So sorry. Now let's again get back to this business. Why? Because I'm trying to suppress the defilements. If I had put sealer, this problem wouldn't have been there. Now somebody is quarreling outside over the car parking, let's say. Why are they fighting? They shouldn't be fighting. What's my problem? Let them fight, let them kill themselves. But I feel, let me go and watch for a second. Why are they fighting? It's actually disturbing my jhana. I need silence. These people don't give me silence. Let me go. Let me take my car and drive somewhere to the forest or a root of Buddha has said you should go to the root of the tree and some insect will horrible thing, man. I don't know. They don't allow me to meditate. That's not really what it is. So the ending of defilements is Nibbana. Suppressing of defilements is nothing. It's just a state of mind. I think we will allow Matt to sleep, otherwise he will go crazy.
You will go to the first, the ninth jhana in the cup.
Yeah. On the cot. He's going to sleep and say, I'm in jhana. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, seven, eight, 9. All right.
It's late. It's late for me, guys.
Yeah, it's 1:30 for you. My goodness.
Yeah.
So I can engage Matt like this. He's yawning. Of all the hours he has spent, he couldn't yawn. So I think I kept him in a very tight spot. He couldn't even yawn.
Yeah, no, it was good. This was like one of the best ones we've had.
It's very good. Yeah.
Thank you. And Anna, thanks to you for joining. It's late for you, but thanks for joining.
Thank you for the invitation. And hi, everybody.
Good to have you.
Yep.
Yeah, back here. All right, good night, y'all.
Yeah, good night to her also, because now she's also getting into the night, in the late evening now.
Okay.
So
Good night.
US to New Zealand, Australia is 18 hours behind.
That's correct. It's 6:37 p.m. here. Not too bad, but it's in the evening.
Yeah, it's in the evening, and these guys are talking about the night. I'm still yet to sleep, and this lady is going to still that, okay, now almost this evening is ending, and for me it's afternoon. So what a world. It's a perceptive world. Okay, good night and good evening and good afternoon for me and Shreyas. Good afternoon. Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Namaste. Good night.
Yeah, namaste. Bye bye.